welcome to Mind Your Business, a channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip.
Well, that all took a bit of a different turn than I expected even, yeah, I was a bit surprised. I cannot lie. I was surprised about the outcome with Quad. So let's get into it. Well, going on, people, my inquisitive crew, let's talk about Married to Medicine. So we pick up with where we left at the dinner table with Quad being grilled. And Quad still not necessarily taking accountability. I'm just kind of watching like, Quad, simply just say, I'm sorry I hurt you guys and leave it there. That's all she needed to do. But she kept, still trying to flip it. So I don't think it helped in that sense. You know what I mean? I felt like, oh my gosh, Quad, just get it properly. Like they're upset. I get that you're upset, but they're upset. And I feel like she's not got that self-awareness as much as she needs to have. But anyway, the ladies leave there. Dr. Simone says, yeah, just leave it there. Let's just head back to our own rooms. That doesn't quite happen. Basically, Toya, Simone, Heavenly, Jackie and Fedra head back to Toya's room. Dr. Simone's Becky saying, where are we going with this? Because nobody feels necessarily attached to her. Because I feel like her saying that she didn't feel emotionally attached to them was another blow for them. So anyway, they decide they're going to call her down. And they tell Quad, Dr. Simone tells Quad that they've kind of collectively decided that she should leave. Now, that surprised me. They want her to leave the resort. So I was like, no, hold on. First, you guys had a big meeting about whether to invite her. You've invited her. Then you decide you're going to invite her. Then when she turns up, Toya's acting like there's no room for her. Then you find her room eventually. Then she comes to this dinner and gets this grilling. And then you guys ask her to leave. I was like, wow. So no trying to work things through any further. Nothing. So I get that ladies are hurt. Definitely, yeah, we know about the sister circle situation. I mentioned that in my other video as well. But I was a bit surprised at the kind of coldness of it all because I was hoping that they could try and, rectify it. I feel like they were trying to give her a lesson, show her a lesson about her actions, just that she can't just pop up and expect them to be there and just use them whenever she feels like. That's what I kind of got. But I did feel a little bit bad for her at that point. I cannot lie. It did feel very cold. Definitely felt it was a bit cold. But what I found interesting, even when Quad was in the room, she still wasn't really getting it because she kept saying she thought the resurrection event was them starting over. I'm like, are you tone deaf? Are you blind? What happened? What happened to you, honey? Did you not see what happened? You popped out that casket and it wasn't the best welcome. And then you didn't apologise. So you're just trying to say, yeah, let's clear this late and let's move on. So, no. She definitely doesn't know how to read a room with that. I was quite surprised about that bit. And Simone actually let her know that was the first time that she felt like the group had been hurt, trying to get their point across about being hurt by her. But I feel like they still felt like she didn't really receive it. So that was a bit of a shame. Like I said, I feel a bit bad for her. But her flipping it is definitely not so helpful. So yeah, I didn't like the way they evicted Quad out of the scene. But I will say that I don't feel like it's her ending. And again, we see later on that they show in the unaired scenes yet, in the preview, that Quad talks about she's back. So clearly she ain't gone nowhere. But yeah, we'll see. And if she is back, how is that going to work with their friendship? Because if they're all dropping her out, what's going on? Although now I have seen Dr. Heavenly has tweeted out saying things like she's, she feels bad for what happened with her and Quad now. So who knows? Maybe they'll be back on their roller coaster of friendship once again. Oh, and I will add that seeing Quad treated like this also reminded me of what happened with Mariah. Although this, I feel like, two wrongs don't make a right, definitely not, but it's definitely not nice to watch that. Now, later on, we see Sweet Tea telling her husband, Dr. G, that, Quad was there and seems like their friendships are basically dead. And he's telling her to basically mind her business, just stay out of it. Toya also tells Eugene, of course, and, sharing that the ladies didn't receive it well. We see Dr. Jackie speak to Vice President Kamala Harris, and I just thought, why is she on reality TV? What the hell is going on with US politics? Because it's a very important issue, don't get me wrong. I think Black maternal health is definitely an important issue, US side and UK side for us here. It is definitely an issue that we've had to help deal with over here in the UK. But I wouldn't want to see one of my politicians on any reality show like this. It's ridiculous anyway. But it's a good cause. So at the vineyard now, but not Simone. Not Simone sitting there saying, oh yes, it's like a cloud has been lifted now that Quad has left and the sun is out, it's bright and airy. I said, no. Did she really just say that? She's so shady. Oh my God. That did crack me up though, sorry. Now, Toya's little brunch was quite cute in the vineyard where she, was trying to make suggestions about the wine and telling them, about having the red wine complementing the meat. And so Dr. Simone was completely ignoring it and ordering her a rosé just had me chuckling. But Dr. Heavenly actually apologised to Sweet Tea, which was good, and actually toasted to her and, cleared the issues for now. We'll see how long that lasts because we know what Dr. Heavenly is like. Her mouth is lethal. But it was good to see Toya in her business element and having a meeting. She brought Fedra along with her to go and meet with the PR VP. And I thought it was good that they were discussing different ideas. I was like, oh, come through, Fedra, with your little idea about, the taste and tour. That sounded quite nice. So hopefully Toya gets that going. But it's good to see her doing stuff because, like, I know from previous seasons that all the other women used to always be down on her about her just being a lady of leisure. So she's in her business bag and seems to be loving it. So good on her. Now, when the guys meet up, that always makes me laugh when the guys meet up because they were gossiping about the ladies and hearing about Quad being told to leave. And obviously the guys are kind of surprised. Also said it was kind of hard, seems a bit heavy, to be a bit harsh is what I take that as. But not Dr. G over there, talking about, he doesn't want to rip anyone away from their friendship group. But same time, hell yeah. I said, what in the hell? You need to be quiet, sir, because you're not Mr. Perfect over there. So, yeah, you shouldn't really be doing that. But I get the fact that he don't want his new wife to be with his ex-wife because he's probably scared of what, Quad could spill to her, actually. That's the way I see that. Now, later on when the ladies meet for dinner, you've got Toya sharing, that she had on her vision board to do this whole wine business. And I thought that was so sweet. She had it on there a few years ago. So I thought that was a nice, sweet moment. Then you've got Dr. Simone sharing that she's been, wanting to put more energy into her marriage and into Cecil this year. And that's when she's realised that, a lot of the things that they argue about are mostly petty. And of course, Dr. Henry's talking about, yeah, it's true. Most of the things that, get her into trouble are things that she said that she doesn't really mean. I'm like, no one is surprised. Absolutely no one is surprised around the table based on your mouth, Dr. Heavenly. Lord, jeez. Anyway, Dr. Alicia, she shared that her and her husband grew up completely different. It sounds like he grew up quite, well off with maids and all these kind of things that he had. She grew up in a single parent home, very independent, does things for herself. And how sometimes she would, insult her man by telling him he's not a man because he doesn't do the things that, you'd assume a man to do around the house, like, fixing things, getting the hammer and nails out and doing stuff, and she will do that. So their faces made me laugh. Of course, you got Dr. Heavenly straight away saying, that's bad, straight away. That's because Dr. Heavenly has mouth for everyone, but she does not have mouth for her husband, I'll tell you that much. But I think it's interesting, though, because I feel like some of the ladies are a bit more old-fashioned. Then you've got younger ladies who obviously will have their way of dealing with things in their marriage. So it's interesting to see that kind of angle of it. Dr. Simone made me laugh though because she's clocking that she feels like Dr. Alicia is different in front of her husband than she is when she's not with him. Like when she's not with him, she's a bit more outspoken, she said, basically. So she feels like she's putting it on. So it'll be interesting to see if that is the case. We shall see. But anyway, the ladies suggested that Dr. Alicia does, well, it wasn't the ladies, it was Dr. Jackie, of course, suggests that she watches her words. Dr. Jackie with her headmistress style of talking. Now, at the last bit, why is it in the last few seconds we're hearing about Fedra's doctor boyfriend and it being over? Cause I'm like, you come on this show because I do love Fedra in terms of, I feel like she's good TV. Now, you've come on the show, you've had pure mix-up from Real Housewives of Atlanta. You've heard Dr. Heavenly say that apparently you didn't want to speak about Real Housewives of Atlanta and you complained about it. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on with your life here? Your connection to this show was meant to be you dating a doctor. This Dr. O, who we kept seeing with an emoji face, saw him at the beginning of the show, as in the emoji face, never heard anything throughout the episodes we've had so far. And only now, in episode 7, you're talking about you guys have broken up. Although we've not seen him, heard from him, heard you have a conversation with him. No, nothing. So, no, please. People need to do better on this. We need to have some more content. What is going on? What's really going on with Fedra? Is Fedra just pulling a fast one? It's just a way to get her back on our screens because she's supposed to be connected via the doctor's and there is no doctor, but she's got another doctor now. So who is this new doctor? Is this just another... Is this a lie? Or what? What the hell is going on? What do you people think of the show? What do you think about what's going on with Fedra? Let me know your thoughts below.
Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.